What's going on, people? JT about to do a 1961 Benjamin Franklin half dollar. This will complete my big three. Yesterday, I did a 1941 half dollar. Last week, I did a 1964 Kennedy. And to finish off the big three half dollars that I did in this series, a 1961 Benjamin Franklin. This is what I'm doing today. And I want to bring you on this journey. All right, so I'm going to take this out of the pack. Yes, this is a silver half dollar, never been out of the pack, and I'm taking it out to make a coin ring. And I know before anyone says in the comments, like, hey, this is worth a lot of money, don't do it, it's a coin. And I agree with you. It has not been touched by my hands because it was in the plastic. In this packet, I still have the silver quarter, the dime, 1 cent, and also 5 cents, which is a nickel, which is not silver. It's copper, and it's a silver dime. For those who always ask the question, ring size. When you get the ring size of any coin ring, it's just like getting the ring size from the rings you wear on an everyday basis. But I tell people the best place to go get it is go to a jewelry store. If you don't have one of these trusty things here that most people don't have in their household, I would go to a jewelry store. If there's not a jewelry store that's close to you, go to a Walmart that has a jewelry stand because you can get your ring size there. Once you get your ring size, you can come send it to myself, and I can now craft your ring to your size. So that's simple. Sometimes we can also send a ring sizer to you, but by the time you do that, you could have went to your local Walmart or jewelry store and just emailed me or text me your size, and I could start your ring. Okay, now back to this. Usually on the coins that I make, I check to see if there's any errors, varieties in that particular coin. If there's none, then I use this coin to make a ring. Sometimes customers send me coins that they have in their collection. And the coins may have a wear, tear, and the only value that it has is the silver content, okay? This one here is pretty pristine. Yes, it is, a 1961. I did look at it under the microscope, but it was in the paper. Didn't see any varieties or errors, but it is a beautifully preserved coin that will be made a ring. You look at about $12 to $13 sometimes to buy a half dollar like this, but me selling it as a coin ring, I usually can sell it as high as $130, depending on the market and also buyers. So that is a hell of a profit for me, and this is why I make rings, because I make it a nice side business to gain profit, to buy more coins, and also to increase the business. So even though, yes, this coin has a silver content value, it can have a projected value based off what I can turn it to, and then a potential buyer based off the profit I receive. So this is the reason why coin creators, coin crafters do what we do. Okay, so I just made that point because I do see it in the comments below of various coin enthusiasts, and I love coins myself, but as well, I love making rings too. So this right here is absolutely beautiful. What I'm thinking, I'm going to do the side, which is going to be Auburn side. The 1961 will be showing. In God We Trust will be showing as well. And this will be a beautiful coin ring. Now, one of the hardest rings for me to make are the 1964 Kennedy and also the Benjamin Franklin $50. Are the hardest rings. Why? Because of the relief. Because of the relief, you have thick and thin portions on this coin. So when you make the coin ring, one thing that happens is that it wobbles or you may get an uneven ring. So you really have to be careful in the beginning stages of starting this process. And we're going to start the process by punching a hole. So let's go there. Okay, let me turn this volume down. All right. Thank you everyone who's in the chat. Please hit the like button. That helps with engagement. And also send more people like you to the channel. So there we go. We placed that right in the center there. I love this coin. It's an absolutely beautiful coin. I received this from an auction on Whatnot. Pretty good price. I'm on Whatnot as well. I haven't been on there in a while. It's kind of hard for coin ring crafters because it's an auction site. So unless you want to sell your rings at a very discounted price, it's kind of hard selling it at anything higher. For myself, it was very difficult to get regular price for rings, but I did sell a couple rings on Whatnot. I think I will try to platform out once again because this is a pretty good platform and I see that it's growing. So for those who would like to see me on Whatnot, I'll make sure I leave the link in the description below with other links as well, especially the 3 rings that I made live streams previously will all be on that description link, so you can check it out if you want to purchase the rings. David Carlisle, how you feeling? Thanks for coming in today. Always good to see you. David Carlisle's in the live chat for those who are watching the replay. David Carlisle has been a friend of the channel for a very long time, and I've always enjoyed seeing him in the chat. David Carlisle has been a friend to the silver stacking community for a minute, as long as I can remember, as long as I've been in. So it's always good seeing a good face. There we go. So we got the first initial. What you want to do is just, there we go. Get that there. This is one of my favorite coin rings because of where the year fall and also the In God We Trust. I think that makes a very, very nice ring. Okay, and as we know, the center portion of this ring will be this portion here will be made appended. So let me punch that out as well. So all I'll do is turn this around, or I can stick my tweezers in, and all I want to do is just, there we go, punch that out. There we go, got that in. So I put all this stuff away. The same rule goes, clean as you go, to move all this stuff out the way, because it will take up space. The next step is cleaning the punch area up. I take my deburring tool and I go and clean it out right here. Just like that. I collect all my silver. That's it. Got that nice and clean. Place that over there. The next phase is annealing my coin. So let's do that. But before I do this, let me find the right size for the stabilizer die. Found it. Awesome. Let's see here. Bam. Apply some heat. All right. You apply the heat evenly on the coin, and then you want to make sure that you quench it inside some cool water. There we go. You know I love that sound. All right, let's dry this baby off. All right, put that on the stabilizer die. What did I do to it? Okay, I must place it here. Okay. I want the obverse side to show, so I place that down. Okay, now that that's down, I make sure that it's nice and snug. Make sure that area is nice and snug. Let me find another one just to make sure I get a nice snug fit. Okay, that's too tight. That's too tight. Okay. This is a lot more snug. I like this feel. So let me turn that around. Place that there. All right. So now I want to use my starter cone. Place that right there in the center. And now I want to start folding. Get my leverage. All right. So my starter cone did its job. You start the initial folding of this here. All right. The next step is anneal it again because I want to move the metal some more. There we go. So how's everyone doing today? I hope that you're having a fantastic day, that you're looking forward to the weekend, that you spend time getting some things done, spend time with family, friends. Hope that you're still stacking in any form, because you asked a question. Some people who just new to the channel, like, you know, what's the big deal about precious metals? And what is this thing called stacking? Let's answer that question. Precious metals could be silver, gold, platinum, and you can purchase them in bar form, as coins or rounds. Is putting your money into precious metals investing? No. Putting your money into precious metals is not investing, but it's a good place to park your money, because putting your money or your fiat into real money, precious, i.e. precious metals, is in good insurance, protection of your wealth. Now, the question was, does putting your fiat into precious metals help you against inflation? Well, inflation increases the cost of everything around us. One thing, putting your money into precious metals helps you not to lose value so fast as the dollar has. You're putting your money in something tangible, something that has intrinsic value. This is why people stack. Stacking is a word that means collect, put up, store. So this is what people do in the precious metal community. They stack, store, preserve their wealth, at least a percentage of the wealth. Do you put all your money into precious metals? No, you shouldn't. I think you should put a percentage of your fiat, the money you earn, the money that you get from investments, you can put away as a safe place to put into precious metals. Say anywhere from 2 to 5%. That's my suggestion. I'm not a financial advisor. Nor am I an expert. But I made the mistake 3 years ago by putting in almost 85% of my emergency savings and cash into precious metals, which made me so top heavy. In this, at the same time, reducing all of my expenses. And when I hit a hard patch, I found it very difficult because I put all my money in metals. So what did I have to do? I sold it. I sold some of my metals in order to take care of it, of expenses and stuff. So what I'm learning this time around with my precious metals is to put a certain percentage away. And also, it is good to have a certain amount of cash for emergencies so you don't go into your stack. So that's the difference this time around, is to have your emergency funding to take care of anything that comes up. There's articles that say that the average United States family don't have $500 to $1,000 in emergency cash. And I can see that to be true. So the rule of thumb is to take anywhere from 3 to 6 months, if you want to be aggressive, 1 year in your expenses, your monthly expenses. And then you should put more, in my suggestion for myself, inside your precious metals. I take 2 to 5% of what I make, and now I will put that in precious metals. But the most important thing is able to take care of an emergency. So to go back to my original, look at precious metals as an insurance, not an investment. An investment would be into a business, something that produces profit, also track loss. Even though precious metals do go up and down, and some have been stacking for so long, so they see the benefits when they bought silver at a much lower price than it is today. They definitely benefited when silver went up to $50, because they was able to sell, make a little bit profit, take a little profit out, maybe buy some more precious metals when the price went back down, or paid off some bills, maybe bought some land. But silver has not been up to $50 in some time now. So I think silver is probably one of the best, cheapest ways to put your fiat into a precious metal. Okay, some people also like gold. Some people like gold, And gold is a great way to put your money into fiat to protect it as insurance, help store its value. So that's another way. A small percentage can be put into gold. We have another YouTuber in the house. For those who are in the live stream, and I'm saying this for those who are watching the replay, we just received Holla Dre is in the house. Holla Dre is a YouTuber, and he talks about travel all around the world, in the United States and internationally. Go check his channel out. That's Holla Dre. He has a great video for those who love cars. You know, F1 is still going on all over the world. He was in Monaco. F1 was in Monaco. And I wonder where else Dre has been, where F1 fans can go look at. Well, he's been in videos. He wanted to be interested in the Colosseums, the Spartans, that history. He's been there. He's also been the Lost City. He introduced me to that in one of his videos, and I did some research on was the Lost City of Pompeii. Where was it at, Dre? Where was the Lost City? And I forgot already, but it was a good video. He had opportunity to visit that city, got some great footage. Go check out his channel. The Lost City of Pompeii. There we go. The Lost City of Pompeii. That was pretty interesting because then I learned there was another lost city that also went through some natural disaster that's not that far away as well. But the history was preserved. People were, the volcanoes in Pompeii erupted and people were not aware. And so many people lost their life. He had opportunity to visit and showed some great footage. And after you watch that footage, go check out the history of the lost city of Pompeii. Definitely interesting. Did not know much about it, but if I didn't go watch his channel, I would not have been introduced to it. So I do suggest go check out travel channels. Gives an opportunity for you to not just go physically one day, but you can go before you enter to that country by watching videos and getting it in your mind. There we go. Go heat this up again. In the lost city of Pompeii, as Dre is sharing inside the chat, over 10,000 people died. And the wild thing about this whole situation is that that volcano can still do it today. I'm sure they'll be more aware because they have so much technology. Today's technology keeps them safe. But just think about over in that time frame how they didn't even know what was going on. That's the amazing part of this thing. People had no idea that this was happening. Most definitely. You know, and that's the one thing about travel and travel channels and people who share. Like, I love cars. I'm not really big on cars, but when I see luxury cars, and especially cars that's been preserved over history, over time, I'm like, wow, this is amazing. Because I guess, I know that there's so many car enthusiasts. And another thing on the channel that was the Prince of Monaco $100 million car collection. Had the opportunity to see that also. Sorry, my sign almost came down. I almost had a chance to see that also, Holla Dre's channel. So many things you can check out. I'll put his handle inside the description as well. We did talk about it. You'll see that. Holla Dre. Check out where he's traveled. Venice. Been to the Colosseums. He's been to the waterways of Venice and Italy. A lot of things. Hey, I can't wait to get to travel and experience some of these things as well. When I stack up my coins, so I can truly enjoy it. Take my daughter, take my love, and we can experience the world. There we go. So all I'm doing now is counterclockwise, really trying to get this coin to be even. And what I do then is turn this thing around upside down and do the same thing. You have to really make sure you don't rip this coin because of the thick and thin areas of the coin. Like I was explaining, the relief in the field is a slight rise of that relief, and that's the thick and thin portions of the coin that we have to be wary of when we stretch it. So that's what I'm doing. Turn it nice and slow. And when it gets hard for me to do so, then it's time to heat back up. So there we go. Raymond Butterworth, how you doing? Thanks for coming in. Appreciate you. The journey. We got David Carlisle in the house. Holla at Dre. We also have Raymond Butterworth. Thank you for coming in. Appreciate that. Hit the like button as you come in. If you're not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. Definitely appreciate you being in the house. Today I am making a 1961 Benjamin Franklin $50 coin ring. I'm finishing up what I call the big three. As I explained earlier, I did the 1964 $50, the JFK. Then to yesterday live stream, I did the 1941 $50, 90% silver. And then today I finish it up by doing one of my favorites, the Benjamin Franklin $50, 1961. And this right here is 90% silver as well. All three rings I'm doing the big for the big three for $300 as a set, and you'll have all three rings made here live on the jtcoinrings live stream channel. There we go. I love to do it when it first comes out and everything is falling because of the vibration. Take these down. There we go. A lot of vibration coming from when I stretch it. Okay, then I turn it to the other side because you want to make sure it's even. Counterclockwise. 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 Then I turn it back around. Do the same thing. Counterclockwise. Well, and what you want to do is make sure the lips of the coin ring touches the mandrel, and then you can take it off for a lot of shaping and stuff, you know. Strain X, how you doing? From all the way from New Zealand. How you feeling, my friend? Thanks for coming in. Much love. Much love. New Zealand. Also, I'm looking to do a coin ring talk interview with New Zealand's own quality coin rings. I'm hoping to get in touch with him soon so I can set up a date. He's from New Zealand. Check out his channel, Quality Coin Rings. He's one of the best coin ring creators out there. And I look forward to talk to him to learn about how did he start, what are some neat things he's looking to do next, because he does some beautiful art as well. There we go. There we go. Yeah, this thing come hard. You gotta really pull it because it gets stuck. And you really want to focus on this edge here because this is where the coin rips. Okay. But as you see, it's starting to form. Now, it does have a funky shape. I say even stinky because it has like a cone shape. It has like a shape that is kind of wobbly there. So what you have to do is really stretch it out as far as you can, and then we want to bring it back in. But it's kind of like really wavy. And this is because I explained earlier the thick and thin portions, and when you fold the coin, you have to be very careful that it folds evenly. So that's why I'm stretching out, I'm stretching in, okay? Doing good. I'm reading it. Go to the comments and read. Let's go up. Holla Dre talks about the lost city of Pompeii. Go check out, the link is inside the chat. He talks about over 10,000 people died. He mentions that in the video as well. Raymond Butterworth is in the chat. Thank you for coming. He says, interesting channel. And Strange Ass comes in. What's up? Much love from New Zealand. Doing good. Thank you, brother. We'll check him out now. That's awesome. I love the fact that people share the content and always willing to go and check things out. Appreciate that. And we also have David Carlisle in the house. He was the first one here today. Thank you, David, for always coming and showing support. Always. Holla Dre, thank you for coming in. Showing love. There we go. I'm just still making sure I can get it to touch. And it's looking pretty good. Looking pretty good. So now I want to stretch it this way. And then there we go. Okay. It's pretty thin there, and you don't really want to play too much around with it. So the next thing is I want to kind of really look at this real close and see where there's problems. And you, when you look at your coin ring, you want to examine, like, okay, is there a problem you can fix right away? And what I see is that it's really wobbly. And that it's kind of wavy. It's kind of got a really funky look. And I don't want to like do anything that ruins the detail. So let's look at it closely. For those who are interested in learning about coin ring creating, you got to look at certain things. So let's look closely. All right. So this shape is funky. Look at that. See how it is waving? So you really have to be careful. Really have to be careful at this stage. It's kind of hard to focus, so I'm gonna put it back here. At this stage, you can even really ruin the ring by pressing too early. You'll start going against the lettering. If you press too early, you could really make the coin go wobbly. So what I'm going to try to do is wrap this baby up, and I'm going to try to do a Swedish wrap. Hopefully bringing this coin down a tube and the Swedish wrap will help bring the shapes of the wall together. Once I do that, I can now monitor how the reeded edge looks, and I can go and do necessary procedures to bring that in order. So the first thing I want to do is to anneal it, wrap it up in some monster tape, and take it from there. Okay, so let's do that. Let's bring it back out. All right. The fire. And see, yesterday, I didn't have to do that at all with the Walking Liberty. I didn't even have to put the Swedish, I didn't even have to put the JFK inside Swedish wrap. You never know what you're going to get, like a box of chocolate, I'm telling you. You never know how the coin ring is going to move you, how it's going to get you to, you never know. You never know what's going to happen. You just got to pay close attention. And sometimes you can do everything right. The coin, you always got to remember, was never meant to be a ring. So we are manipulating this thing to be something that it wasn't meant to be, Got to be mindful of that. So here we go. So I have to wrap it up about 25, 30 times. And what this does is make sure that I keep that beautiful detail together. Okay? And this has some nice detail. You have 1961 that'll be showing on the left-hand side of the coin. Then you have In God We Trust, which will pop out. You'll even see part of Benjamin Franklin's big head on top of the ring. So you'll see the United States and everything, that detail on the ring as well. So still my favorite is the JFK $50, but I do like a Benjamin Franklin when it's successful. Because sometimes this coin here gives me the blues. You understand? This coin gives me the blues. Now, this is why I believe that most coin ring creators charge over $100 sometimes for the Benjamin Franklin, because it's a hit or miss, guys. Let me tell you that. It's a hit or miss. Some days you're going to get a beautiful coin. And the other days, this coin can cause you to lose some hair follicles. Okay, right now I'm looking for my grease. I don't have much left here, so I'm gonna have to re-up on my coconut oil. But I take this oil and I place it inside my Swedish wrap. So let's do that. Voila. So put that inside. Make sure we oil that up. Pause. Then you go here. You place that down here. There we go. Now we have it flush. Okay, so let's go. Let's push this thing down. All right. Okay, so we push that down. Let's see how it looks. Okay, so far, so good. So far, so good. All right. Press pretty good. Now, let's turn it around and press the other way around. Make sure it's even. All right. Let's go. There we go. I heard something move. All right. All right. That seemed to be okay. I start to see it do something I like to do, so I'm going to press it one more time this way. I reduce the size only because I'm trying to bring a certain shape to this coin ring before I start putting it on. Whew. And this thing starting to get a little funky. It starts to move around. You got to be very careful with this coin ring, because this ring here will move on you. And then you'll be mad at yourself. So I'm just trying to be real scientific when it comes down to it. Because there will be a lot of doctoring that I will have to do. You know. I'm sorry, my sister is sending me Instagram messages. There we go. Bam, that's it. Just a little bit. Now this ring gonna be much smaller than the other ones, but for the sake of shape, I had to do so, you know. All right, so you see that this ring is definitely different in size than it was before, okay? Alrighty. All right, so we got the size different a little bit, but the details intact. Now I'm going to press this reeded edge down in my presser to hope to bring some more shape to that area. So what I'm going to use is the Peppy Tools ring reducer here. I use the Peppy lube, you know, just like LeBron James. Throw it up. Just put that there. And we place that right in one of the stretchers there, one of the small things. And let's reduce that size. Okay. Okay. Stick there. And let's crank it. Let's go. Okay, make sure that's even. There we go. And now we need some of that pressure. Hoping that it didn't bend it. And then we put the same thing on the other side. Same thing on the other side, nice and slow. You don't want to go down too much because you don't want to destroy your ring. There we go. Reduce that pressure. Okay. And voila, the coin ring, the 1961 $half is basically complete, minus some things I had to do about refining it, cleaning it up a little bit. But let me show you some of the things that I'll do with it. Now, like I said, this is one of the hardest rings for me to do based off of what I shared with you. I shared with you how it can wobble based off of the shape of the coin, the make of the coin, right? Like what's important to figure out is that Benjamin Franklin's head is big on this coin. Pause. Okay, it's like it's a big relief. So he has his bald head above the coin, which sticks up a little high. So that's kind of uneven. Then you have his face, the portrait area is all uneven. So it makes this coin very wobbly. And if you're not careful, you will destroy it. And we saw how beautiful this coin was in the beginning. So I definitely didn't want to destroy it, right? So just something that you know you have to be careful of. For those who are listening, cover your ears, okay? Because I'm putting the drill on. Okay, so we have it here, guys. It's right out my hand. The 1961 Benjamin Franklin $half. Done. I'll show you the pictures on the community board, and show you once it's all shined up and the cut edge, and also the reeded edge will be done, and I'll show you how it looked. Okay, but that's how it pops out. Came out pretty good. The "In God We Trust" and everything is in place. Okay, 1960. So thanks, guys. Have a good day, and I'll see you on the next live stream.